If you're a Cancer sun, rising or moon, then finding this video right now is not a coincidence. Something brought you here, like the universe whispering that it's finally time you heard this message. Can you feel it? Lately, there's been a shift inside you. Quiet, subtle, but real. A deeper awareness around money, family, responsibility, like something is rising to the surface. Questions you can't quite name, mixed with a strange calm, as if deep down, your soul already knows that something big is about to happen. And maybe you haven't said it out loud, but you've been hoping that your sacrifices haven't gone unnoticed, that the way you've shown up for others, even when no one clapped for you, somehow meant something, that the universe has been watching and will make it all count. If that sounds like you, then listen closely, because after the 11th of September, 2025, a destined doorway begins to open. This isn't just a lucky break. It's a sacred turning point, a shift that brings wealth, stability, and deep emotional fulfillment to Cancer souls. Not just for yourself, but for your family, your lineage, and generations to come. You are not just receiving abundance, you are becoming the keeper of it. If this resonates, type in the comments, "I'm ready to rise as the soul of my family," not for the algorithm, but as a quiet vow to your higher self. Now go ahead, make yourself a warm cup of tea or your favorite coffee, because this isn't just a video. It's the beginning of your return to power, to purpose, and to prosperity. There's a passage, rarely spoken, found in a notebook, handwritten, yellowed by time. One of Baba Vanga's most mysterious visions. The crab will rise from the deep, carrying the light of the moon, and be given the golden key by Jupiter. At first glance, it reads like poetry. But if you're Cancer, or have Cancer rising or moon, you can feel it. You know that wasn't just a metaphor. You are the crab, the soul who has spent years in the deep, holding the emotional weight of others, protecting what you love, moving quietly through life, with a heart more sensitive than anyone realized. You don't chase the spotlight, but you feel everything. And now, the prophecy says, you rise. After the 11th of September, 2025, the sky begins to move in your favor. A rare grand trine in water signs forms, joined by Jupiter, Pluto, and your ruling planet, the Moon. This is more than an astrological shift. This is a divine alignment. Jupiter expands, Pluto transforms, and the Moon brings it all back to the most sacred place, your emotional center. Together, they activate your second house of personal income and your 8th house of shared wealth, ancestral inheritance, and karmic contracts. These are not random houses. These are the places where soul money lives, where spiritual debts are paid, where legacy is built. And that's why this shift isn't about working harder, doing more, or manifesting faster. This is not hustle energy. This is karmic release. You are stepping into a chapter where what you've already done, what you've endured, given, carried, finally starts flowing back. You've spent years being the one others lean on, the one who gives without keeping score, the one who sacrifices silently, because love, to you, is not conditional. But somewhere along the way, you started to wonder, will it ever be my turn? Yes, it will. And it begins now. This is not just about wealth. It's about restoration, a return to balance, a return to wholeness. The universe didn't forget about you. The energy you've poured out into the world has been circling, multiplying, becoming something bigger than you imagined. And now it's finding its way home to you. The most powerful part? You're not receiving this just for yourself. Cancer is the sign of legacy, of bloodlines, of home. So when you rise, you carry others with you, the ones who came before and the ones who will come after. This is the moment where financial trauma ends, where patterns of lack and scarcity dissolve, where you become the turning point, the one who broke the cycle and began the new story. Maybe that's why it's taken so long. Because what's coming isn't just money, it's structure, it's safety, it's peace. It's everything you've ever tried to give to others now finally being offered to you. So, if you've been seeing the signs, if your dreams have felt more vivid, if you've had a quiet sense that something's about to shift, that's not your imagination. That's your soul getting ready. That's the ancient part of you, the one that remembers why you came here, starting to wake up. Baba Vanga spoke of a golden key. Not a reward, but a responsibility. Not given to the loudest, but to the most loyal. Not to the ones who demanded it, but to the ones who quietly held the line. That key is meant for you, the healer, the protector, the soul who stayed soft in a world that tried to harden you. And now, after everything, it's your time to rise. After the cosmic gates begin to open on the 11th of September, 2025, you as a Cancer soul are invited into a sacred 4-part journey. This isn't just about attracting money. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. The channel, the container, the keeper of wealth that nourishes not only you, but everyone you hold close. Each phase is designed not to test you, but to remind you of your power. Let's walk through each one together. The first phase, from the 11th of September to the 11th of October, 2025, is the awakening. Something stirs inside you, not loud, not chaotic, but undeniable. A financial intuition rises. You begin to feel things more clearly. A sudden idea that won't leave you alone. A dream about money that feels like a message. A stranger offering advice that strangely aligns with what you've been sensing. Past conversations echo back to you. You notice repeating signs, numbers, animals, phrases, all leading you somewhere. This is your soul's compass recalibrating. Even if you've feared financial planning your whole life, this month feels different. You might find yourself sketching out visions, mapping out dreams, opening a fresh journal, and writing down things you've never dared to write before. This phase isn't about action, it's about recognition. You start to see the path. The key word here is seeing the way. Then comes the second phase, the 12th of October to the 30th of November, 2025, where things shift from feeling to movement. This is when opportunity gets specific. No more vague intuition, now it's real. A message in your inbox, a conversation with a friend, an invitation to collaborate, invest, join, or lead. What once felt far away becomes tangible. You might be offered a role, a deal, a creative project. Some of these offers might seem too small to matter, but don't be fooled. One of them is the golden doorway. Trust your instincts. And most importantly, trust your discomfort. Because around this time, the moon begins dancing with Uranus, and when that happens, the universe pushes you out of your shell. Comfort zones will start to feel cramped. Safety nets might feel heavy, and that's by design. You're being asked to choose growth over familiarity. This is where the soul learns to take the key. The key word here is claiming the key. The third phase, lasting from the 1st of December, 2025, to the 28th of February, 2026, is where things begin to stabilize. After a few months of movement and expansion, The waves settle, and for the first time in a long time, you feel steady. Your income becomes reliable. Unexpected bills stop showing up. The energetic leaks that used to drain you? Closed. You begin to breathe differently. You begin to plan without fear. You start to trust that money isn't something you have to chase, it's something that can flow to you. This is where many Cancers finally pay off old debts. Not just financially, but emotionally. You stop carrying the financial wounds of your parents, your ancestors, or your past self. You begin to understand something sacred, that money is emotion. It is movement. It is a river. And now, you're not drowning in it. You're learning to conduct it like an artist, like a symphony. The key word here is no longer surviving, now thriving. And finally, beginning in March 2026 and beyond, you enter the fourth phase, legacy building. This is where it gets bigger, not louder, but deeper. You're no longer chasing income. You're building foundations. You begin to invest, not just in quick wins, but in land, property, long-term business systems, and soul-aligned structures that support you for years to come. Your vision stretches. You don't just think about next month's bills. You start dreaming in decades. You're no longer the one breaking your back for survival. You are the one designing safety for others. You realize this isn't just about you. It never was. Your healing reaches backwards and forwards. You are building something that your children or your future community will stand on. And suddenly, it all makes sense. Why the pain? Why the waiting? Why the longing? You were never being punished. You were being prepared to become the one who ends the cycle of scarcity in your bloodline. The key word here is the keeper of the treasure. So when the world asks you, why now? You'll answer, not with noise, but with presence. Not with proving, but with becoming. You are Cancer, and this is the wealth you were born to hold. You weren't born to chase money. You were born to channel it gently, intuitively, through the frequency of who you are. And after the 11th of September, 2025, 5 sacred doorways begin to open. Not all of them will speak to you at once, but one of them will feel like home. Listen for the one that makes your soul lean in. First, real estate and land. You have always been sensitive to space. You feel energy in a room. You know when a place is safe. You can sense if a house is holding love or history. That's not a coincidence. Cancer is ruled by the moon and governs the 4th house, the house of home, family, and emotional foundation. Real estate is not just an investment for you, it's a language. Whether you're buying your first home, renovating a space, flipping properties, or managing rentals when you align with land, wealth follows. Why? Because you don't just buy houses, you turn them into sanctuaries, into portals of healing, into generational anchors. You create roots, and the world will pay for that, generously. Second, online business and soulful e-commerce. You are not here to sell. You are here to offer. You don't chase clients. You attract them. Because when you create from the heart, people feel it. The digital world is shifting. It's no longer about noise and speed. It's about resonance. If you've ever dreamed of launching a product, building a brand, creating a store, this is your moment. But only if the offering is real. You're not here to push shallow things. You're here to craft experiences, products, messages that feel like care. The more emotionally intelligent your business, the more it thrives. Your ability to connect through screens is a gift. Use it. Third, the arts. Words, music, design, color, movement. You've probably been told you're too emotional, too sensitive, too much. But here's the truth. That sensitivity is your superpower. The world is craving authenticity, emotion, soul. And when you create, when you write that book, sing that song, launch that collection, you become a mirror. You help people feel again. And guess what? That's rare. And rare things are valuable. Whether you're writing poetry, scoring soundtracks, illustrating, or weaving stories into visuals, you're not just making art. You're opening hearts. And when hearts open, abundance flows. Fourth, intuitive investment. Maybe you've felt unsure around money. Maybe you've been told you're not logical enough for stocks, crypto, financial strategy. But here's what no one taught you. Intuition is a financial asset. You don't need to master every chart, but you do need to trust your inner compass. If you study one method deeply, if you give your focus to one pathway, and combine it with your innate ability to sense timing, shifts, people, you will thrive. The market favors precision, but it rewards intuition when guided wisely. So don't dismiss your gut. It's not guessing. It's ancestral intelligence, whispering what's coming next. And finally, spiritual and healing work. The space of energy, emotion, and elevation. This is where many cancers were born, to lead not from ego, but from empathy. If you've ever considered coaching, healing, therapy, bodywork, or spiritual guidance, this is more than a business idea. It's a soul contract. People will be drawn to you not for what you teach, but for how they feel in your presence. You are a natural container, a safe space, and in a world starving for connection, that has value beyond measure. Your ability to hold pain, reflect truth, and softly guide others is not just healing, it's wealth. And it's time you received it. So don't ask, where should I go? Ask instead, what calls me home? Because wealth isn't out there. It's already within you, waiting to be released through the work that feels like love. There are codes the universe whispers, not loudly, not urgently, but softly, like a lullaby only your soul can hear. These codes are not random. They're frequencies, reminders, sacred alignments designed to bring you back into resonance with who you truly are and who you're becoming. Let's start with color, not fashion. Not trend, but frequency. For Cancer, the two most aligned shades during this new wealth era are silver and gold. Silver speaks to your emotional depth, your intuitive knowing, your inner moonlight. It holds space for your softness. Gold, on the other hand, activates your power, your ability to create, attract, and receive with grace. Together, silver and gold do something magical. They balance the sacred duality within you, the nurturer and the provider, the healer and the leader. Wear them. Meditate with them. See them glowing in your aura as you visualize the life you are calling in. This color combination isn't about style, it's about alignment. A reminder that you don't have to choose between softness and success. You are allowed to hold both. Now let's talk numbers. If you start seeing certain sequences in receipts, phone numbers, clocks, license plates, pay attention. These are not coincidences. For Cancer, the universe speaks through these energetic keys. 7 to 11, 16 to 22, and 33 to 44. These numbers carry codes of divine protection, intuitive alignment, emotional intelligence, and abundance creation. When they appear, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? What opportunity is present? What decision needs clarity? These numbers show up when your inner and outer worlds are syncing. When you're in flow, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Don't chase them. Let them guide you. And finally, time. Timing is everything, especially for a sign ruled by the moon, the planet of cycles, phases, and flow. The days of the week carry distinct energies. And for you, 3 days hold special power. Monday, ruled by the moon, is your home base. This is the day of intuition, emotional clarity, and inner truth. It's the best time to journal, plan, visualize, and make decisions that require your heart's wisdom. Don't rush Mondays. Feel your way through them. Thursday, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, opportunity, and wealth. This is the day to act. Sign the contract. Make the pitch. Launch the product. Reach out. Say yes. Take the meeting. Do the bold thing that moves you forward. This is where your faith gets rewarded. Friday, ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, pleasure, and receiving. This is the day to attract, not chase, to align, to rest in your worth, to let things come to you with ease. It's also a powerful day for money, magic, affirmations, visualizations, or even treating yourself to something that raises your frequency. Together, these 3 days create a rhythm. Feel, act, receive. And when you live in that rhythm, life becomes less of a struggle and more of a dance. So remember, your wealth isn't just in what you do. It's in how you align, with color, with time, with energy, with yourself. The codes are already in you. You're not becoming abundant. You already are. All you have to do now is listen. You're not just beginning a wealth journey. You're returning to who you were always meant to be. This isn't about chasing more. It's about remembering what's already yours. Because wealth, for Cancer, was never just about numbers. It's about security. It's about family. It's about building something that lasts, something that feels like home. Not just for you, but for everyone you love. So if you've been watching this and thinking, this feels like it was made for me, it was. The shifts we've explored today, from the astrological alignments to the soul-level invitations, aren't just predictions. They are practical truths. And when you apply them with intention, your life begins to change. Start small. Pay attention to your lucky days. Surround yourself with silver and gold. Take one courageous step in the area your soul keeps whispering about. Trust your timing, not the world's timeline. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are being guided. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment below, not just for others to see, but as a sacred confirmation to yourself. You can write, "I'm ready to receive and protect my family's abundance," or "I was born to end the cycle of lack and begin a legacy of wealth." Your words matter, and they hold power. If you feel called to support this channel and our work, you can now use the Super Thanks feature below. Your support helps us continue creating soul-led messages for the astrology and spiritual community. And every gesture means more than you know. And don't stop here. If you're ready to go even deeper, the next message might already be waiting for you. Watch the video now appearing on your screen, or choose one from the recommended videos next to this. Trust that the right one will speak to you. Thank you for being here, and for allowing this message to find its way to your heart. You're not manifesting wealth. You are wealth. We'll see you in the next video.